We are back with Chicago by Night. It is February 1991, so it's still cold in the Windy City, but I guess the worst of winter, I don't know, February can be a finicky month. Maybe it's gonna keep being super cold for another month. This is, 1991. We're going back to the original here, people. We're going back to the first releases for Vampire the Masquerade First Edition. But we're playing it with 5th edition because it's not as bad a rule set as the 1st edition was. I haven't even tried playing 1st edition for so many years because it was terribly broken and we knew it when we were playing it. And when 2nd edition came along, we were so happy because it was suddenly not completely broken anymore. That was nice. So yes, we're hoping to give Chicago by Night, the 1st edition setting, the story it always deserved through the vehicle of 5th edition, right?
Yes.
So this is where the hype began, folks. Those of you who missed the early 90s and who weren't there to meet Prince Loden and the rest of the cast of this most windy city. This show is rated...
I was there. I was just 0 to 3 years old.
I was paying attention to grunge at that time, so I wasn't really into vampire yet.
We all have our crosses to bear. This show is rated R for...
Rock and roll.
There we go. We had to have that in there because it's mandatory now. Also because...
Murder, child abuse, rape,
Nobody has done rape or child abuse yet on camera.
It was not on camera, but there are some kind of rapey vibes, as mentioned before. And also in terms of child abuse, first of all, there was that vampire child. 2 of them, actually. Also, another thing is that there were demons that looked like children, and we murdered the shit out of them.
Yeah, that was the werewolves of the same...
Yes.
They're all part of the same overarching
campaign.
Yes.
Mega campaign. All right,
Yes.
then.
Yeah. So in a different place, in a different time, like a couple of months ago, in northern Canada,
campaign,
things happened in the same world, yeah. But these characters don't know anything about that at the moment.
World of Darkness, it's kind of in the name.
Yeah, also that vampire child was not abused and could have killed any of us.
Not in that exact moment, but prior abuse was implied, considering the fact he was a fucking vampire.
We've met 2 so the coterie has met 1 vampire child who is really freshly embraced, a few weeks old. So that's definitely child abuse. Yeah. Then one of you have met another child vampire who is probably considerably older, but yeah, he probably went through child abuse too before he became a vampire.
It's implied.
Before he became a primogen.
Before he became a primogen.
It's about the implication.
Let's just say that we don't probably want to go into his mind to see all the trauma that he has carried through the centuries to become a primogen in a child's body. That's probably going to leave a mark, I think. But in other words, we have some heavy and mature subject matter here. Please, everyone, I am your storyteller, Mikael Hellstrom. Who do we have here with us this session?
I guess I'll start this time. I am El Duende. I'm playing as... pronouns any all. I am playing as Tony Hernandez, the Brewhawk gangster.
Hello, I am Dominic, or Domi for short, any pronouns as well. I will be playing your Malkavian rockstar, Sylvester Bjornsson.
Hello, I am Ender, playing Kate Peretti, apprentice of the 3rd Circle of Clan Tremere, aspiring cult leader, and in the shit right now.
Yeah.
So many things to do. All the balls to juggle. Maybe you need a juggler on your side. Sorry. Couldn't help
I'm Roger. I'm playing Goldtooth Charlie and former gangster caitiff and now gangster caitiff again.
Exactly.
You've been reeled right back in.
Yeah. Just
It
as
didn't
you
take
thought
much.
you had left alive.
Someone said, I need you for a thing, and you're like, I'm in.
It's like the typical movie plotline of just one last job.
Exactly.
There's
Facts.
probably vampires who've been doing one
90%.
last job for hundreds of years.
Yeah. Facts. 90% of criminals quit before they complete that one last job.
I'm John. I'm playing Ivy, the Ventrue businessman who might be getting more in his element.
So far, so good, right?
Mm-hmm. He is not dead yet. He started dead, but he's not more dead than he was at the beginning.
He has not meant final death, I think, is the terminology we use, yeah. It is now... We have gone through the first week of February, and last time we went through all sorts of little shenanigans. We had Kate having a week and a half with meeting a Bruja Primogen, and then making a mess of that, and then she's trying
Then
to...
doing some vague academic luring.
Yes.
Trying
Which
to
is
get a
not-
Canadian scholar to try and...
Yes. Oh, it doesn't have to
join.
be a Canadian scholar. It could be American studying at the University of Toronto. You never know. You know,
No, the specific person I'm trying to lure in,
Oh.
you said was a Canadian scholar.
that works too.
Yes. That.
The academic world is indeed a cosmopolitan playground, and to attract the best and the brightest, universities do recruit from the entire planet as much as they possibly can. Anyone can end up anywhere. You can get a scholarship, and yeah. I think it's easier. It was easier in 2010. Now it's 2025, and the world is generally on fire and insane. It might not be. Yeah.
Yeah, our new gimmick is that we really hate basically everyone and want infinite death.
Yeah, just about. That seems to be the case a little bit. Yeah. Anyhow, we also had Charlie dragging with him Tony and Ivy to meet with Ruby Daggers and her crew to do a heist. You released Peter to the once again frenzying Champeter to the sheriff after you had knocked him back into torpor again. And yeah, that was a whole thing.
I wouldn't blame him for stepping into the sun after this.
You go ahead.
Ah, nothing. I was just yapping.
We're forgetting the most important thing. What state is the sofa in after we used it to contain Schumpeter?
No!
Not in a good state at all, I don't think.
Well,
no.
Well, I don't think he got through the door, did he?
No, he got through the door.
Yeah,
he
the
got
door
through the
broke
sofa.
down.
And
I know they do.
Tony's really pissed about it because it was like a really nice sofa too.
Mhm.
So Schumpeter now owes so many people a major boon. And that was Tony. Who was the owner? Was Ivy?
And Sylvester, wasn't it?
Yep.
And Sylvester's
And
Ghoul.
Sylvester. As a thank you for saving him from masquerade breaches.
Mhm.
And this is enforced by the prince, no less. I'm sure Schumpeter will be perfectly magnanimous and thankful, and
He definitely won't monkey's paw whatever you ask him to do.
Not at all. No, he is definitely going to be deep in gratitude. Gracious, I should say. Gracious is the word I'm looking for. In gratitude, and become your best friend among the Ventrue, except maybe Ivy, now that you have done so many good things for him. You know, one good turn deserves another. Yep, that's what he's going to be. Definitely. Anybody believe that? No, maybe not. All right, we have what is the headline? Oh, look at that. We have the headlines for, because some of you are reading the papers, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. So
Am I reading the papers?
I don't know if you're
Probably
reading,
not.
but Kate is definitely. I think Ivy is probably reading them too.
Fuck
Yeah,
it,
I think Sylvester doesn't as much as they read the papers as just gets the news from word of mouth.
All right, then no.
Okay, so violence erupts in Pilsen, unrest spreads across Chicago. Mayor promises crackdown weeks on radical elements. Yeah, that's apparently...
Me thinks that the story is going to be related to these events.
Nah, why would they be? It's just headlines. It's nice and peaceful and quiet is what it is. Yes. What else do we have? Ah, yeah, okay. So we have a whole bunch of interesting stuff gonna happen here. Who do we start with?
Flip a coin, or roll the die. I don't know.
Roll the die? Yes, always.
Dibs on 5.
Dibs on 5. Let's see. Goldtooth Charlie and the crew is gonna do a heist, aren't you?
Yep.
Heist time. How have you planned this heist? Look at your target here. A posh manor house on the Gold Coast, which is now it's privately owned by some rich person. But it's like a shell company thing, maybe? I don't know how much we can find out about this place before. The point is, somewhere in the basement is a very sturdy safe, and the least interesting thing in that safe is the money. The most interesting thing in that safe is probably some compromising material needed for the banking world. Allegedly insider trading and maybe purchasing of various ancient artifacts and stolen art pieces and things like that, yeah.
Yeah. First of all, we should probably consider any electronic security systems. Like cameras.
Yeah.
Or alarms. That probably even a bigger issue than the cameras.
You know, I was thinking before we even get to the building, we've already got a massive stockpile of blackmail stuff from another Wall Street person. So we can go through all of that and see if that has any relevance to this.
To be fair, the stuff you got there was rather not... It was stock market, not banking.
Right.
Got it. We do have a hacker, right? Isn't this person the hacker? I forgot
Yeah.
who these guys are, what their role is. I'm just assuming because they have that hacker liberal look.
Yes.
She got that I voted for Hillary Clinton phrenology.
Hillary Clinton is not even up for a vote right now because it's 1991.
Yeah, you mean Geraldine, what's her name? Geraldine Ferrara?
Or Bill.
No,
I think Bill's
no,
around
it's
this
gonna be
time.
Bill Clinton soon, but that's still a year
He has
away.
the I voted for a Clinton phrenology.
Yeah, it's at the end of this year. There will be a Clinton thing. Anyway, what do we want to do in terms of surveillance as you're prepping for this heist?
Surveillance.
Accordingly, apparently, so as far as Ruby Daggers and the crew knows, there's apparently going to be some kind of charity dinner at this place in a week or so, which could be the perfect time to conduct the heist. Unless you want to do it not during that time.
I feel like that if we do it during the dinner, it would make Ivy pretty useful.
Yeah, I was thinking, the things I've been thinking about is to reverse engineer this and think about it from the back to front and possible escape routes when we've done this. And one possibility is that there is the possibility that that time goes against us and daylight comes while we're still in the building. So in that case, we should definitely have like a disguise change so some people can be dressed as either undertakers or coroners with body bags to take the three of us out if it comes to that, which could also be a cover if we need to get past any authorities. But another option is get a bunch of blue windbreakers with Security and Exchange Commission written on the back of it and just go in like we're executing a warrant, raid the place and just carry away everything and make it look like it's all legal.
How much of this are you going to share with Ruby? I'll remind you that Ruby and her crew have no idea about your true nature.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna be freaked out by the fact that the meetings for the preparation of the heist is all happening at night, because why not? They probably all have their day jobs to go to, and they're gonna assume that you guys also have it. I don't think they're gonna find it fishy that you're gonna do it this way.
I feel like there's a lot that could go wrong if we have it as a party or do that police raid idea. I feel like probably just do a standard break-in.
Also, night in January is 3 o'clock. So
Yeah, it gets dark early.
It gets dark.
Well,
It gets really dark.
It's February, of course, so it doesn't get dark quite
Yes,
as
February,
early,
but
so we're talking here. When would it be? Say February. Oh, it's February 14th, isn't it? Valentine's charity goal. There we go. That's perfect. Sunset.
So one
Chicago.
option is if we are just either if we do something relating to the party, or if we just do a complete sneaky B&E, we could keep like certain other uniforms just wrapped up in a bag in case we get compromised and we need to talk our way out. That is a possibility.
So here's what I'm thinking. Wait a minute. This place probably has security, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Most likely.
There's going to be cameras and security guards. So Ruby will lay out what she knows about this place. This is like a country club with corporate elites and so on that will be there. Allegedly, there's going to be a lot of money in untraceable bonds and stolen art and blackmail material, probably hidden in what passes for a panic room in the basement, which is actually a vault. And all of this is dressed up as a foundation for charity, children's charity. That's children in the inner city and that sort of thing. Ruby is like, yeah, they're full of shit, obviously. They're just pretending to be charitable while they're scamming the taxpayers, and it's a nice front, basically, for laundering money. Probably, she's saying, for laundering mafia money, as far as I know, like organized crime money. It's a good way to launder them, because this is before Bitcoin.
Yeah. So here's my suggestion for the plan. We do it perhaps during a new moon, so that it's extra dark, if possible. Then
February 14th
perhaps try and
happens to be a new moon.
Here's that's actually perfect. So before the day of the heist, I feel like then we should try and learn like the regular routes of the guards.
Yes.
And find any holes in them.
We need to have some
Afterward,
surveillance of this.
Then during the night of the heist, we have perhaps what's her face and I sneak in.
Here's my proposal, says
The
Ruby.
skeleton of a plan, okay? The spine.
She's gonna shake her head a little bit and look at Charlie. I don't like taking in new crew so close to the score, but here we are. And she's giving Charlie another look of frustration. There's another person here that we completely forgot about. Dex! Dex is here, isn't he?
Yep.
Can't go too far without Dex, right?
Yeah. But then again, if we do it at the party, perhaps we might have a...
Here's
Whatever.
my idea. Or
I'm not a
this
smart
is
person.
what my idea was before everybody else got involved, says Ruby. Me and Charlie, we can enter the club posing as wealthy
nice.
donors at the charity gala. Then we're inside. We just need to have invitations because it's invitation only. I don't know how to get those yet, but we'll think about that. Jade, she will sneak into the security wing to open the service tunnels beneath the club. And then we'll have Wire. She'll hack the surveillance system from a nearby van if she can. We need to get some kind of hookup on that. She needs to have, we need to actually smuggle her inside the house for that to work, though.
Smuggle her in. I could bring her as my +1. Maybe I can wangle an actual invitation to this thing. If you tell me who's running it.
That would be great.
And I could take her as my +1.
Very well. Then we have
she'd
two
have to-
sets of couples here. So Wire will deal with the surveillance systems from the inside then. She'll need to bring some kind of big enough bag that can contain her electronic equipment that she will need to do that. And then we need Breaker to get in there to get into the vault. He's the demolitions guy after all.
Yeah.
Now, who was it again who was getting like the underground tunnels open?
Jade.
Is this a plan we can all approve of? Or do we want to
Well,
make adjustments to it?
I'm not really sure what Dex and I would do.
Yeah, I have no idea, because I didn't plan for the three of you. Looks at the people who are Charlie and the rest of the crew here.
Oh, could we dress Tony up as one of the security?
I'd first have to get hired or something. Get some sort of excuse to be there.
Maybe you can be our escorts, drivers, something like that. If we have two people coming, we can come in two different vehicles, and you can be the drivers.
Yes, we could get Tony in some sort of security-looking tux. Maybe he could come as my driver or something. I could say that there's been threats against my life or something. I'd make something up.
You're rich, Ruby says to Ivy.
Yes, I am. I have a few spare dollars to go around.
A few spare dollars, yeah. Maybe you're the one who's gonna get us the invites.
Oh, you need invites, sir? How many people? 4 invites? I don't know. If, for one thing, you haven't told me the name of this person, I don't even know if I know them well enough to ring them this close to call them this close to the thing to get 4 invites.
I think so we need some nice names then. So one of us is gonna have to do some research on people who can get invited.
No, but I can get 4 invites if the person who's running this ball, if they're a person that I know personally, or that my sister knows, I can get 4 invites if I have a personal connection. But you need to tell me who they are so that I can ring, so I know whether I have a personal connection with them or not.
On the character sheet you have 3 contacts. In what sphere are those contacts?
In Chicago High Society.
Ah. Yeah, okay. Let's see who is hosting.
And I have fame in Chicago High Society too, so maybe even if I don't know the person, they know me.
Yeah, this is starting to feel Call of Cthulhu. We have to look at the society pages and see who's going to be here.
Exactly.
Hey.
Of course you do. It's a carefully orchestrated thing, this. Yeah.
Man, we've really... the word I'm looking for.
Something.
Too many cooks in the kitchen? Seems like with Dex and I here.
Not at all.
Well, Dex is a good driver, isn't he?
Yeah, but they already have a driver.
Yeah, but I'm thinking multiple escape routes. We could have him offshore in a boat, ready to come in and get us if the normal escape route goes wrong.
It's not going to be that close to the water, though, I don't think. Well,
Maybe
it
that's
is.
just a pond in front of it.
That's a pond, and then, yeah.
We'll have him on the pond to get us to the other side of the pond slightly quicker.
Or you can drive down to the actual lake and have a boat waiting for you there. They're never going to expect that, crossing the lake.
It's so stupid, it might just not work.
Anyway, this heist is going to be hosted by Eleanor Kensington Ward.
Okay. Do I know her enough to ring her this close to get 4 invites?
Do you?
What would I need to roll
You
to
have-
see that?
It probably doesn't help that I don't work well with plans. I work well with just improvising and throwing shit at the wall until something sticks.
Then you'll be good to take because something might go wrong.
Something will go wrong.
He may
Yes.
cause the thing going wrong.
True.
The cause of and solution to all life's problems.
Mercurial violence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
I'm
can
a
roll-
good backup plan, is what I am.
Ivy, why don't we roll, do you know her?
Roll them bones.
Yeah, I don't know what combination of dice I want to use right now. I'm thinking.
Roll contacts plus something, maybe?
Yeah, context plus plus an attribute, I'm thinking.
Yeah, maybe either politics or finance.
I was thinking about an attribute, but that could work too, perhaps. Let's see.
Charisma plus finance plus contact.
That seems like a lot of dice.
That's a lot of dice.
Maybe the thing is that you require a lot of successes, though.
No, don't say that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would make sense there.
Contact.
Teacher, we have homework today.
Put a name and basic personality to contact on the relationship map or in your notes. Yeah, we'll have to do that for your relationship map. I love how the V5 doesn't give us any mechanical advice at all. What about a
What the
charisma
frick
contacts
is a
check? There we
V5?
go. Or manipulation, in fact. Do you already know this person? Okay, so the check now is, do you already know this person? And this is high society, so you are in high society. I'm only going to take 3 successes for that. And since you have a charisma and contacts of 3, we can take half and say, yes, you do know this person.
Okay,
Can
great.
you get...
Wait, objection, Your Honor.
Yes?
I feel like to make things more interesting, he should actually have to roll for it and not be able to take half.
No, he's gonna take half on that one. But if this is a fairly exclusive dinner gala, then getting an invite this close to the event might just be hard, which requires it to be 5 successes, and that's where your manipulation contacts come in. So now you're gonna
Okay.
have 7 dice, which is not 5 successes when you're taking half. See?
Okay.
El Duende, you pleased now?
Yes. All right, start rolling, bitch.
What? I mean, maybe he's even gonna arrange for a meeting
Pull
with
them
the
bones.
person and then just give me an invite. But she's ever so terribly busy, so...
Yeah. Okay, so I could like phones. This is 1991. Phones are a thing, so I can maybe ring her.
Yeah, absolutely. Phones are definitely a thing.
And will I roll before RPing or after or what?
Before, why not?
Okay. Manipulation plus. Can I find manipulation? Oh wait, I can't just add. I can't add contacts to that roll.
No, but
I'll
you
just
can
add
click
3 dice.
confirm when you just
Yeah.
have your manipulation and then add 3 dice to your vampire dice.
Yes.
For your contacts.
And will I blood surge?
That's up to you.
Should I? I have 6 dice.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll blood surge. How do I do that now?
I love gambling.
Oh dear, Davin, dear, are you known as Ivy in high society as well?
Yes, like people. They're the people who call him Ivy. Like these people.
Kensington
people.
Ward is not quite as popular as Ellen Stanley Greer in high society right now, but who could be as popular as Ellen Stanley Greer? Ellen Stanley Greer is like the star, the of the high society, and her parties are to die for. But they're very exclusive and very
Really?
difficult to get into.
Yeah.
But this is Eleanor Kensington Ward, and okay, second tier, still very nice, still very expensive, and this has... Whereas Ellen Stanley Greer, being the wife of one of the biggest newspaper magnates in Chicago, has all the cameras flashing at the red carpet to her parties in her mansion on the Gold Coast. Eleanor Kensington Ward prefers things to be a little bit more low-key. Not many cameras around, only when we hand out an award for good charity work and things like that. But she's very old money, grace, and so on. She comes from a family who's been in Chicago since the 1800s. And yeah, very stylish. The closest you can get to aristocracy in this city, probably. So she's going to answer the phone in the other end. Obviously, you talk to her butler first and set up an appointment that way, and then you're connected through. And there she is. Ah, Ivy. So good to hear from you. She has a very smooth, honey smooth.
Sorry, what did you say her first name was? With the triple barrel, I didn't catch it.
Eleanor, yeah.
Okay. Eleanor, darling, how are you doing? You must be awfully busy these days.
Oh, you can't believe it. I'm doing the charity gala for the foundation this year. It fell to me. Don't know why I ever volunteered to be.
You know, mother was the
chair.
same. You have the same heart as her. You're such a giver. That's what you are, Eleanor. You're kind, everything.
Oh, you're
Now-
such a good boy, Ivy. You're such a good boy. I love your mom. You know that. Love her dearly. I think she'll be coming. I think she'll be coming. I hope she'll be coming.
Yeah, I know it's late, but I was hoping to buy a table, maybe get 6, 8 invitations.
Oh.
I know it's late notice, but some business associates of mine from out of town are coming in, and I need to take them to a high-class event. And of course, I immediately thought of the event you were running.
Oh, you old flatterer there, darling. I think we can squeeze you in. I was just doing the table placements now, and I wanted to not have the Stanley Greers too close to... You know what happens. It's gonna be a scene.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe I
like,
can squeeze you in
You
between.
know, the fields in this city, they're like the Hatfields and McCoys, you know?
The Hatfields of McCoys of the social scene. Absolutely. Apparently laugh at the other end. Very good. Yes, this is good. Good. Yes. You're a savior, Ivy. I'm so happy you called. I'm gonna put you right down there. Very well. I'll have my people write something up for your people, all right?
Yeah, sure. My associate, Miss... Shit. Oh, fuck. I forgot which one is the touchstone. Give me a second. Shit, this really broke the fucking...
We're talking about your newfound ghoul?
No, the mentee.
Oh, that would be Swift, right?
Yeah, Miss Swift. You can contact Miss Swift. She takes care of my business dealings. And she's lovely. I've taken her under my wing a bit. She might need some feminine influence as well. Maybe you can give her some tips.
Oh, I'd be happy to. Someone taken under your wing must be an up-and-coming star. Mustn't she?
I hope so.
I
You know-
hope so too. That sounds lovely.
So I'll see you at the gala, Eleanor. Of course, I know whatever dress you wear, you'll just blow. Maybe I won't be able to talk to you because your dress will be that stunning.
One does strive to please, Ivy, you flatterer there. I'll talk to you then. Clickety click. You have managed to score tickets. Who is doing a stakeout on this place? I have a feeling it's going to be Jade because she's very sneaky. At least that's what the crew says.
All right.
Is anyone else
I
super
feel like
sneaky?
I feel like Tony would also be a pretty good bet, maybe because I could manage to get 10 dice.
How?
All right then, stealth plus dex. That's
Oh, right.
5.
Your fleetness.
But with blood surge plus fleetness plus the specialty of hiding, I could probably get it up to 10. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Are you gonna tell them that you're like a sneak expert? Which is gonna
Yeah.
make Jade go, hey, that's my gig.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something along the lines of I'm probably a better sneak than Jade is. Not
Oh,
trying
yeah?
to brag.
Jade is gonna
Yeah.
just stand up and go, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, probably. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but yeah.
She's just looking over you. Can you tell on your physiognomy that you are very flexible and athletic? Like your dexterity shines through in your behavior? Are you moving like a very smooth person? Dancers and acrobats, they move in a particular fashion.
Maybe if you look close enough, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna be staring you up and down. Because you're not wearing the clothes of a dancer or an acrobat, right? So...
Yeah, I don't exactly look like a ballerina.
No, not at all. But okay, let's see who does the best stakeout here. Jade is gonna roll her stealth, and you better believe she's gonna try for all. She's very good for a human.
Okay. Okay. Okay, can I use my specialty of hiding?
Absolutely, that's the whole point here, isn't it?
Yep. Fleetness. 1 rouse check.
And it's not an
fucking
obvious breach of the masquerade either. You're just disappearing into the ether.
Yeah.
But 7 successes is, I don't know. Yeah, that's world class. Let's say world class. She's going to be absolutely floored by how good you are. If you're sneaking in from different sides of the house, Jade never sees you. Can you see her?
No, let's see.
Wits and awareness, you just need to have 3 successes.
Wits,
No, you need to have
awareness.
4 successes, because otherwise the attacker wins. Mwaha.
You know what?
You just had to, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Look,
she's
was
okay.
challenging me.
She's, yeah, with 3 successes, she's a pro. Definitely.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and I'm gonna. And honestly, now, right before I leave, basically, like when we're about to leave, I sneak up behind her and say, "Hey."
huh! Where did you come from? She's gonna say.
Oh, I was just waiting here for about a minute or 2.
Jesus Christ, you're good. How come I never heard about you?
That's the point, that you don't.
When you're doing this kind of thing, you build a reputation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's got her eyes on you now, Tony, because you did something that is, even with... So let's just put it in perspective. The best possible human out there with 10 dice and plus another one for specialty in hiding gets 6 successes when taking half. And possibly another one for willpower. That's... You're like a legendary level here with 7 successes. What is Goldtooth Charlie's preparation?
Since I'm the inside man, I want to learn about the history of this. Does this fancy country club have a really snooty sounding name?
Yes, of course it does.
Or is it something like the Glades or something?
Taking notes for what's happening here. Jade has noticed.
Whenever I see some dumb shit, I think to myself, man, I am so glad I put only 1 point in manipulation because I can just explain it as that.
How about the Astor Club, to be very, very fancy and pretentious? It has pristine golf course and polo fields, a grand ballroom, private lounges, cigar and wine rooms, of course. Still in 1991, there is a cigar room because people haven't stopped smoking yet. Is Charlie maybe gonna be the one who's gonna find the blueprints for this stuff? I don't know. You don't have finance or investigation dice for that.
I was thinking I could study the history of it. Maybe this place is famous and it's got some Great Gatsby kind of history. And that wouldn't be the same exactly as having the blueprints, but it will give you a lot of knowledge of what's happened there. And since I'm the inside man, being able to talk about the place might be very handy.
How about history is, of course, academics, so why not make an academics intelligence check where I don't think your art history will apply here, but you have 6 dice in total, though this is a very niche subject matter, so I feel like we need some slightly more. How about hard? 5 successes. There we go. I'm brutal today. Just brutal. Slick is running maintenance on the car, of course. Hey, is maintenance craft or technology? I think it's craft.
Depends, what are you maintaining?
A car. A car.
It could be
Well,
Dex drive, actually.
it's more
funny enough.
mechanic these days than electronics, but yeah. 6 success, just like that. Goldtooth Charlie is on fire. He finds out all the nice history about this place, giving him, I'd say, how about
Man,
nice +2 dice for socializing checks. Just because he
Man.
has so many interesting things to say about it.
I hear.
Yeah. That's your week, planning a heist to get into this place. We have other people in this group too. Sylvester's not planning a heist, are you? For once.
No, I am planning to get famous.
Ah, famous.
Sorry for the man hit shot there.
Oh, I've completely done the wrong calculation. You should be on like a 5 now in the countdown. But after
Man, I
this
feel
week,
like-
you'll be at a 4.
Okay, damn. I need to go to like chiropractor. Fuck.
Did you want to roll an advanced roll here to make your
Yes,
thing go
I will
down?
continue my project.
Your project, or do you want to start another project because you want to keep all the balls
I
in
will
the air at the same
continue the
time?
one I've already started.
Well, you can keep
One thing
all
at a
4
time.
What do you mean? You want to have everything going at once. A goal roll, then. What are we trying to do with this goal roll? The opposition will be, it's 5 dice, so
I think he is working with his band to create some demos, possibly to get it, like, possibly to help license his music in the future.
that makes sense. Actually, the opposition roll now is a 4 because we're on the next week. You want to get demos put together. Why don't we call that a performance check? Because that seems like a... It's either going to be performance or technology, right? So... Sylvester. There's Sylvester. Hi, Sylvester. How are you doing? Leo is with you at all times because we know that Leo is always with you, right?
Mhm.
Poor man. He's not cracking at all, by the way. Also, we have some other people here with you.
Oh, I also need to roll my remorse roll, by the way. before
Oh,
I forget.
yes! We have remorse rolls. I forgot about that. Thank you. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 1 second.
What's Chicago's music industry like? Detroit's got Motown. Los Angeles has the Capitol Records Tower. Is there anything distinctive in Chicago?
There's the band, Chicago.
Jazz. A lot of jazz and blues. It's very much a haven for jazz and blues. Why isn't this thing rolling? Okay, I guess I'll roll 2 dice for Leopold.
And at this point, will the nightclub The Warehouse, where house music gets its name from, still be operating in Chicago? I think it will be, won't it?
What did you say its name was? I could Google it.
Warehouse.
The Warehouse, Chicago. Okay, I looked it up and we'll see.
Yeah, I think it was the Warehouse in Chicago and Paradise Garage in New York, where garage music got its name.
Let's see now. Established in 77.
It's open now, I think.
Still out there.
Yeah.
88. I think it's still out there, yeah.
Yeah, according to Wikipedia.
I have succeeded. I feel remorse.
You feel remorse. So does Leo. Never gonna do that again, are we?
Yeah, we'll never do that again for one whole 2 days.
Oh, you are hopeful. Are we gonna have... Lupita was part of your band too, wasn't she?
Yes, she's the drummer.
She's the drummer.
Mhm.
I haven't even studied her properly. She's like an average mortal.
Yeah. Probably has some dots in a cult because she's into that whole scene.
That makes sense.
Yeah, she also works a part-time job at the record store, I believe.
Oh, nice. That makes sense.
So we are doing a performance roll, is that correct?
Yep. She is not gonna be the one who rolls for that.
So, which attribute is this I'm going with?
That's a good question. We're gonna do... It's not gonna be charisma because you are on a tape now, aren't you?
Hmm.
So...
Just Dex.
Yeah, I think Dex.
And I guess I add my specialty here of electric guitar.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm a blood surge. Why not? It's important. Five successes.
That is 5 successes. Good
Mhm.
job. The project has 4 dice to roll. Let's see if it can crush you like a bug. It can't, because with 4 dice.
It'll try.
It has 1 success. You know what that means? You win. You have 3 successes more than the project. So, go roll. You do damage to the project die, decrementing by the number of extra successes you rolled, which is 4. So that is exactly what you need to become famous. The demo works. Sylvester is becoming more famous.
Yippee.
You have now gained
One
another
more
dot of fame. Yeah. Lupita's there hanging out with you as well and playing her drums and doing her number. And what kind of a nightclub are we at here? Is it like a basement style place or what?
Probably like a basement style place. Probably somewhere.
I'm gonna use the Labyrinth for Succubus Club for this just because I can.
It fits the vibe.
It does fit the vibe. As you're playing, I think we're gonna get a visit. This is not the only night. You're playing several nights, obviously, because
Yeah. Recording some demos along the way.
yeah, in several takes and tuning the equipment and all the malfunctions, and maybe you're playing in nightclubs and then you're playing in the studio and bouncing back and forth. But lo and behold, I think because you're working on becoming more famous, you're putting your name out there. Vixen with
Indeed.
3 X's. And I think we're gonna get a visit here from some people.
From my stalkers? Question mark.
Absolutely your stalkers.
Oh no.
It's not gonna be your stalkers at all.
Maybe. You don't know.
Yet.
The science has yet to confirm.
No, the science will definitely confirm.
Granted, I did already start with the stalker. Who knows?
Yeah, I haven't poked the stalker yet, that's all. Now in this case, it's
You know?
some other people.
Oh.
Baby chorus by any chance?
Could it be Baby Chorus by any chance? Yeah. They're swinging by and they're grooving to the music. And when you have 5 successes, wow, that is pretty awesome. And they're gonna be in the audience, or if this is in the studio, they're gonna be in the studio and clapping on the other side, because that was awesome. And you might be dangerous to the Toreador. No,
Gonna hit the
it's
Toreador
only-
like crack hit the black community.
As it turns out, in V5, they don't get entranced by beauty. They just get distracted by ugliness. Kathy absolutely loves the play here. Your band has an audience of special people. What are we gonna say to the band about these people?
They don't get entranced by beauty, but there is a compulsion that makes them obsessed with something. But
Yeah, but that's
Slightly.
if they trigger a compulsion, so that hasn't happened.
yes.
So Sylvester,
Yes. After his performance, he's gonna just do a big flourish, take a deep bow, kind of show off a little bit. And is this a nightclub or is this a studio?
it's the studio. There we go. They
So
heard
he's probably
Vixen
not
was
using
recording.
R right now.
So you're not using R right now, because you're
Yeah.
in a studio. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, they're like, when the set is done, and the producer goes, and we're done! I don't know what the equivalent in the music world for "it's a wrap" would be, but your fans here are definitely clapping, and as you're coming out of the studio, opening the door, and they will come in there. And, hey, that was amazing, Vixen! Can we buy some T-shirts somewhere? And I think Lupita will be surprised to see a 14-year-old kid up this late, whatever this is. And Kathy looks like she's 16 or 17, high schooler, whereas the others at least are adult enough. But how are you making introductions here, Sylvester?
Oh.
The dog is your bedtime.
I think he'll look towards Ray first and be like, "Hey."
Syl! Says
Happy
Ray.
Harry.
And of course, Ray has absolutely no idea that Syl is his child, because it's Baron Vitker's child, not Ray Falcon's child. For Ray, it's
I'm
just
just
another
his
colleague
buddy.
in the
I'm
music
just
business.
his
What was that?
music buddy. I'm just his music buddy.
Exactly. Hey, Syl, that was awesome. Man, I really love that final riff.
Ryan, I assume this is the rest of your band.
Yeah, let me introduce. They've been talking about you. This here's Damien. We need to have the proper introduction here, clearly, because we are talking about a band. Yeah, so here's Damien. He is on rhythmic guitar and vocals. We have Kathy here, lead guitar. Garwood is on sax and vocals. Ray himself is backup vocals and bass. Yeah, so we are Baby Chorus. Lupita's Baby Chorus? Wow. I'm a huge fan. You guys are like amazing. I want to get tickets when next time you play at the club. I never realized that it's so different to see you here in real life than on stage, because you're up on the stage.
I think Sylvester kind of just nudged Lupita with like an elbow and be like, I'm sure we can get you some tickets.
That would be awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I want some. Absolutely. Can I have your autographs? Here, let's see now. I don't have a t-shirt on me. It's in my closet. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Yeah, she's fangirling. I guess Sylvester will recognize the baby chorus for what they are, maybe?
There's 2 vampires there he recognizes, so...
You have an awareness of 4. Okay. You recognize Damien, and you know that Ray is a vampire.
Also, Garwood, you've met. Oh wait, no, that was someone else. That was.
Why
yeah,
don't
that
you
was
roll a wits and awareness check? I want the 3 successes to nail Kathy and Garwood as vampires too.
Look, you need to step up your game. Lupita's right there.
Wits and awareness. I could also use sense the unseen, but I doubt any of them are using any powers right now. I guess I could use sense the unseen on top of that, if in case there's anyone using.
If you're using sense the unseen, it's gonna be much easier, isn't it?
I mean, my sire might actually be using some powers, for all I know. Wits and awareness, then. With sense the unseen on top.
I don't think his other personalities ever use disciplines because they don't know that they have them.
Let me see. Oh, I am hungry. Let's see if this goes well.
It
2
does!
successes.
Yeah. You don't have to lose your stuff in front of the humans. So yeah, I think you're gonna know that Kathy and Garwood are both... You've seen some very inhumane vampires in your days so far, right, Sylvester? You've met... you've met Schumpeter, you've met Ballard, you've met some of the others. These guys aren't it. I think the meanest of the bunch is probably Damien.
Also, since I'm with my band, I should probably roll for Blush of Life currently, retroactively.
That could be a good idea, yeah.
Alright,
Yep.
this is funny that Lupita's the only human here.
I guess there is the rest of my band. I haven't given them any names yet, but...
Okay, the red shirts. Got it.
We'll have to give them some names.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Garwood...
He's like,
Garwood is fully using Blush of Life as far as you're concerned, Sylvester.
yeah, if he is a vampire,
They
that
all
is, but...
are, yeah. You will notice that they're with 3 successes, you will definitely notice that they are. But Garwood even has a heartbeat. He's really well. A nice warm hand and everything. Kathy and Garwood, I mean, their level of humanity is probably going to be easier determined by rolling a wits and insight check to see if there are any emotions behind those eyes or not. But what are we talking about here? I think we're going to talk shop a lot, aren't we?
Yeah, of course he's talking about making a demo and going around to different companies and
Intelligence
getting
performance to
licensed.
talk shop with this group. I am very disappointed with... No, I must have forgotten to actually add... Oh yeah, I forgot to add his intelligence. Sorry about that. There we go. That makes more sense. Yeah, he knows things about music, at least a little bit. All of these guys do. As you can tell. Funny part though is that Damien might be the person who knows the least about music, but he's not classically schooled. He's a natural talent. How about that?
yeah, I think Sylvester is just yeah, you know how it is. I prefer just playing in bars and clubs, but Peter here keeps telling me that I should do something about
Everybody
Army
starts
is big,
somewhere, but
then,
you absolutely should be moving up in life. Garwood is very outgoing. Kathy is quiet in a corner. She's more like a wallflower, really. And she's checking out more, maybe, than engaging in the conversation. She's checking out your instruments and the settings and, like, the guitar particularly. She's maybe that autistic person of the group who doesn't talk and expresses herself through actually playing. But Garwood is very outgoing. Do you want to impress them with a little bit of intelligence and performance yourself?
Maybe. I could try that, yeah. Give it a go. Intelligence and performance. I am a hungry boy, so please don't look up.
Wow.
I got a willpower out. I look bad in front
We
of
shall roll.
Yeah, that was a bit underwhelming, maybe.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, that's
4
much
successes.
better. That's much better. So the nicest guy of the bunch clearly appears to be Garwood, right? He's just outgoing, talking about the others. Ray is... You know how Ray is. Damien has trouble keeping up with the conversation because he is technically good, but has no formal schooling. When you're referring to a bunch of classical bands and all the historical figures that shape the field, he doesn't know half of them.
Yeah, he's just going off the vibes, basically.
Yeah, he's just nodding along. But Garwood, look at that. 4 successes on charisma performance here. Are we impressed yet with Garwood? What are some
Yeah,
things Garwoods can say?
we are indeed.
No, we hate him.
Is there anything that Sylvester wants from this crew? Aside from schmoozing?
Yeah, he's gonna be like, I'd be playing at the Sucker Boss Club in a couple of months. There's that.
Kathy might be like, are you good enough for that yet? I don't think she's gonna say that out loud. You did have 5 successes on your performance to complete the project, so maybe she will. She's nodding quietly. Garwood is all smiles. And yeah, Sil, you totally should. That would be awesome. Maybe I have an idea. How about you front us? Vixen Baby Chorus double feature. What do you think, you guys?
Yeah, why not? They're slightly a different style, but you can play something else. We won't put the most hardcore stuff.
Yeah, you have your own style. You're warming up the audience, and then they don't know about your style. So I just find that there's a cool underlying position to the chaos you're playing. Like, it's rare to find music that embraces entropy without falling apart, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get a little creative these days, so nothing sounds the same.
Right? And it's just visceral. It just grabs you and doesn't let go. I imagine that's precisely what you intended.
Oh yeah, definitely. Can't have a repeat of those same 4 chords.
Exactly. No, I love it. Yeah. I think this is going to be great, you guys. I think it's going to be great. Yeah, so pleased to meet you, Sil, Peter, Leo, all the rest of you guys. Really being a pleasure. We should jam together at some point. Jamming session or whatever. That'd be cool.
Oh, definitely.
But Kathy's, I don't know if our styles fit that well. I'm not raining on your parade or anything, Sil. You play amazingly, but it's just a different genre, isn't
Listen, just because I like playing one thing doesn't mean I can't play anything else.
It's fair. Yeah. Okay, we can try it out once, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your favorite genre there, Kathy?
Oh, I don't know that I have, really. There's excellent stuff in every genre and crappy stuff in every genre. Where Baby Chorus is doing a thing, but it's not the only thing I could play, that's for sure.
Excellent. But yeah, Sylvester will just give them his number, question mark. He gave them his business card, why not? So they
Very
can
well.
keep in touch.
They will definitely want to keep in touch, for sure. All right. What is happening in different parts of the city?
I don't know. You're the fucking GM.
What? Why are you saying such shocking things?
Vibes. I don't know.
Vibes. Okay. Do we want to take a short break here? As we have done some heist planning, we've done some baby chorusy stuff. Kate has some stuff coming up, obviously, and so on. Shall we do a 5-minute break and then get back to it?
Okay.
See you everybody in 5 minutes. And we're
Such a
we're
little
back,
babby.
folks. With there's apparently a cat available. Speaking of cats, Kate.
Speaking of cat,
I don't know.
This just sort of rubs in how bad how bad Kate's own life is in comparison. Ivy,
Yeah.
Tony, and Charlie are planning the heist, and Sylvester's living the rock and roll lifestyle.
he's just
Meanwhile,
having
at
a
the
very bad
admissions
day.
office-
And you're stuck dealing with the despicable race of Canadians.
What?
Sorry, Trump's America. It just happens.
It just happens.
Chaos is in the air.
Yes.
That's how that works.
Currently, she wants to focus on getting Dr. Cretius off her ass,
Makes sense.
So- seeing as though he is a big threat. What do you want? You good? Okay.
So how are we gonna go about that? You have identified a
A
professor.
plan.
That
No, it wasn't a professor. It was
a grad student.
a
A grad
a
student.
grad student.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this grad
We
student
can
is
always
getting close
kidnap
to
him.
completion and is going to present their thesis, and then tenure track is on the way, right? So you need to poke the right people. Maybe
Yeah, I was thinking of reaching out to actually Ivy, as someone who has access to money, about helping fund a scholarship to the university.
that could work.
Because right now I'm pretty confident I can get the person to come here, but I need an official avenue for them to accept a position. And that requires money, and I don't really want to be charging the Bruhar Primogen for his gift. So
Right.
I'd rather go into debt or rather go into favor debt with Ivy than do that.
You have a little bit of resources, but not a whole lot of
Not
resources.
not enough to fund a university
And
hire.
also, right now, your blood cult thing is using one of your 2 resources.
Exactly.
Well, you're broke.
And one of your 2
Well,
Hey.
I'm stretched thin. I'm not broke. I'm stretched very thin.
There is a difference.
That way of saying you're broke right now.
Nothing's
Struggle for-
liquid. I've got a lot of static assets that are tied up in each other. Also,
Struggle
I'm
for
very
tenure.
hungry.
A world more colder and more ruthless than any own life.
As for hunger, since it's a new week, we can just set it to a 1, right? Because this is still downtimey stuff.
That's good.
That's not a problem.
Because otherwise, I'm perpetually on the verge of
Yeah,
bloody stigmata.
exactly. So that's
Really
all
got to
good.
look into a way to fix that. Can you buy off negative traits? Is that a
Um,
thing?
You should be able to, I guess.
Hmm,
You could in
okay.
the old systems.
Honestly, that sounds
you-
kind of dumb. I feel like you should be. I feel like you've dug your grave. Now lie in it.
I think a bout of going through my religious trauma, maybe putting down some of my family members, may help me get over the religious trauma.
Perhaps, yeah. Let's see now. Is there anything? It doesn't say anything. Oh, advantage is 3 per dot. So I guess
It's
getting
3 per
rid
dot
of
the
them
other
would be
way.
like the reverse. Like,
Oh, I
is-
gain 3 for everyone I get rid of. That's nice.
no, you pay 3 to get rid of.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
So yes, I need to reach out, I guess, to Ivy, and I don't know about the whole heist, so I'm just gonna call.
Man, every group needs their own Lilia Krantz.
Yeah, that was a very internal reference.
I
Lily
didn't
Krantz
get
is a
that.
very rich person who pays for everything. We had
Every
one
coterie needs one sugar daddy and mommy, okay? It's just how it
Yes.
is.
Yes, the one with all the money.
The one with the cash money.
Yes. Oh, you asked about sunset for Chicago at this time of year. It's actually 5:30 now, at New Year's it was 4:30, so it's getting brighter there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys,
I guess
it's
I'll.
6:47
Uh,
now.
I don't. Could I use academics, like a mix of academics and technology, to try and put together like a referral to the college, saying
Yes,
this
that
is
sounds like an.
someone that would be beneficial?
What
Like
is
I'm
your
trying to go through the.
What is your fame for? What are you famous for?
The fame is the. Which fame is it? Because I've got 2
2 dots of fame. And you're using
I
what?
got 2
dots
for
of fame.
Occultist?
I believe one of them is. Oh wait, no, because that's the status. Fame 2 is the technologists, people in the tech industry,
Gotcha.
specifically technical colleges.
So it's not really going to apply here.
No, not for a general. If I was trying to smooth up to a department,
Hmm.
and they were heavily
Yep,
technology based, then yes, but not for philosophy.
that makes sense. We're gonna have to rely. This sounds like a new project to me a little bit, like investing money and getting this
Painfully,
person.
yeah.
And that's gonna be like person coming from Toronto to Chicago sometime in the summer. The one thing you've got going for you here, Kate, when it comes to the Bruja Primogen, is that he is probably not very young. A few months of waiting is like a flash in the pan for him, right? The problem you have, of course, is then this other the other
book
professor.
deal goes off.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I need to get into his good graces and permission to deal with the professor before he signs off on any book information and starts sending stuff out.
Yep. Yeah, that seems like the challenge here.
So I'm at a time crunch.
A little bit.
So that's why I'm focusing on the Primogen, because hopefully once I'm getting his good graces, or at least get out of his bad graces, I could possibly use his influence or his knowledge, or even just his permission, to see what I can do about the professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of balls in the air,
Yeah.
and
there
each one
definitely
of them is knives, and I've got to catch them with my face.
Yes. It's gonna be fine, right? I can't see any problems with any of this.
This is your field. You imagine how much worse it would be if you wanted to turn the university into a football factory and you had to go off and recruit high school football players.
I couldn't do that. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. Oh, no, I could. It would actually, I think it might be easier by getting, because I've got Dominate, I could basically go to the other players from the very well-respected places and have a chance meeting and dominate them into doing something that would get them kicked out of their school. And then make sure the school offered and then the Chicago school offered a position.
That sounds like a way to piss off the Primogen even more.
No, not his people. I go to the other schools
Oh, you're going
and get
to
their
Toronto?
players and get their star players to fuck up socially in a way that they can't really cover up. And then I would get Chicago University to reach out to them saying, "Oh, your reputation's fucked, but we have a position on team here."
Sneak drugs into their bags.
Ah.
This
So,
turns to
surprisingly,
Jerry-
she wouldn't know where to get drugs.
Eh,
Kate does not know where to get drugs.
Totally
Three-quarters of
don't
the
have
people in the
anyone
house.
You totally don't have anyone in your coterie that has drugs. Nope.
Oh yeah, no, everyone around her has drugs. Kate doesn't know where to get drugs, aside from the people who already have them around her.
This has just turned into Jerry Maguire by night.
Yes. What role would you like me to make to get this moving?
Sounds
'Cause I think
very
I rolled-
intriguing
I think
to
I-
me. Manipulation
Yeah, I
is
think-
definitely there. How often do we roll for manipulation academics, folks? I feel like this is the chance.
Manipulation academics.
I recently made a post on the Reddit VTM of what is the strangest skill roll you've seen, and I feel like this might be one of them.
Manipulation academics.
Is
Literally
this
trying to
a,
manipulate academia.
Yes. Is this a project roll, or can I blood surge or not?
Let's make it a project roll because I'm an evil man. Be
Search then.
academics instead of charisma. It's gonna be academics and what kind
Manipulation,
of
you said.
backgrounds? No, for project rolls you never use attributes.
Oh.
You,
Manipulation's so good.
you use backgrounds. So you currently
I said
have
nothing.
relevant backgrounds would be your resources and fame.
Both are at 1 dot. Currently.
I know. So one of them, pick one of them.
I guess fame. I don't want to be completely broke.
Very well. You don't
If I-
have to
if I-
invest
if I-
fame in this just yet, but yeah.
Yeah, well, because I don't want. If I spend the last dot of my resources, I will have no money.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That makes things difficult.
Yes, it does. So we have the launch roll. Yeah, that's going to be academics and +1. And you want to have... This is really just scope +2. So difficulty is going to be 3 because we're just going to get one guy. That's all we need, right?
Yeah. So,
So-
difficulty 3, and I'm rolling 4 dice. Great.
Yes.
Hey,
Well-
I'll take it.
I believe you will. Look at that. 3 successes right there. Nice. We have started the project of getting recruitment. I'm gonna put this one down here at the university and call it recruiting. 3 successes. Recruiting new professor for Cretius. And this
Did
could be
you
either
roll,
heard or...
Did you roll just academics?
Yeah, it's
I
academics.
rolled the
plus one more die.
academics +1.
Yeah.
I put 1
Okay.
dice in there.
Yeah.
That's why it's 4
Oh.
dice.
That's the launch roll. You don't use your attributes for that. This means you have to commit a number of dots equal to the project scope +1. So 2 dots have to be committed to this. I guess it's going to be the rest of your dots here for resources, and so you currently don't have any of that going on for you. But soon your blood cult will be done, right? Do you want to...
Hey, if I can try and push that as well.
Yeah, why not?
I think it's close to finishing, isn't it?
It's you have 4 the resistance right now is a 4. So how are we
What's
gonna impress these people? You can use both of the backgrounds that you've invested in that. So you have 2 dice for the backgrounds, and what else are we gonna use here for a goal roll?
I could use, I guess, occult or subterfuge are appropriate.
You know what? That is not wrong. You have your occult, blood magic, goths, occult, and use your specialty in blood magic. That gives you 4 dice plus 2 more, gives you 6 dice in total.
6 dice for 4 dice? Yeah, I can do that. I can try that.
You can try.
Occult plus nothing. I can't blood surge this. And I get 2 dice. Am I adding the 2 additional dice to the vampire dice or hunger?
A vampire dice, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Try to
haven't- No, we
reroll.
haven't set the difficulty isn't a 4. This is an opposed roll.
Oh.
So
And
now
can I
I'm rolling
reroll?
4 dice. And if I roll equal to or better, then
Well, this
You
thing,
fail.
could I reroll any of those dice? Or you can't do that for...
no willpower reroll for this. But it's 2 successes, and I don't have a single success. Because
Kill.
I'm rolling so very well indeed. I guess
Thank
Kate
you.
Peretti got away with it by the skin of her teeth. You're not done with the project yet, but the project is down to a 2 now. Instead of a
That's
4.
good.
Yeah, Kate Brady has been really busy this week, just managing all the knives that she's balancing on her nose. And so far, she hasn't been terribly cut, let's just say. As it seems.
Yeah. She's waiting for the anvil to drop.
Yes, that makes sense.
Does Kate speak any other languages?
No. Not at the moment. I'm assuming she has some Latin, but not speaking enough. I'm assuming that's part of the training in the fucking pyramid. She did spend like a year in Venice.
Yeah. Enochian.
Okay, so she knows some Enochian.
Yes, that's how you do your rituals. Do Enochian
Crowley would be
stuff.
proud.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Goldtooth Charlie. This is one of those nights when you are down in the nightclub district. I think you've just recently fed, basically. And you feel good about yourself. It's good being a vampire. You have a heist coming on. It's all good. It's all as it should be, right? When you're coming, it's early in the evening, say 9 or so. And there's a man who is emerging from the crowd around you and just looking at you, Charlie. And his eyes open wide. And he immediately turns and attempts to leave.
It's spotted.
What do you want to do, Charlie? He just goes, "Ah!"
Okay, I'm going to turn on my heightened sensors and use them to follow him from a far enough distance that he doesn't know I'm there.
Oh, that's mean. But it's also exactly what you should do, probably.
Yeah, if someone recognizes you, that's probably not good.
Yeah.
Why? You've got lovely people in your history.
Absolutely lovely people.
Yeah.
He is definitely trying to make his way through the crowd.
Did I see enough of him to try and remember if I might have seen him before?
Ooh, have you seen him before? Intelligence. What would that be? Streetwise? No, you haven't seen him before. Just taking half. Not as far as you can remember. This guy, he is running into an alleyway.
Hey, how crowded are the streets? Are the people around?
Yeah, there's quite a few people. This is going to be like in the middle of the week, so a lot of people are out and dining and catching a show and that kind of stuff.
Doing people things.
Yes, they're doing people things.
Unlike us.
Okay, I want to try. I'm not following him straight into the alley. But is it like a through alley? Does it come out at a far end, or is it like dead end?
It's going to be a through alley, yeah.
So I will run along the side like another route and try and spot him as he comes out the far side.
Let's see. You have wits and awareness 4 plus your heightened senses gives you a 5. The crowd, it might be hard to pick up his scent, so roll 5 dice. We want to have 3 successes here. Maybe he'll just disappear on you.
I want a blood surge this one. This seems important.
Nah. I don't know why you think that.
Blood surge all the time. You really want to get the beast out.
No! No, you do. If anyone is listening to this, you do not want to get your beast out all the time.
5. Am I just rolling 5 d10s, or is it a specific?
Yeah, that's going to be 1 success. Unfortunately, when you come out in the street where you think he went, no, he's not there anymore. You can't tell who
Nice
he is. You tried to find him, but no,
Nice.
Charlie.
just missed him.
Okay, I'll search down the alley just to see if there's anything relevant there. Like maybe if he went somewhere, went through a door down the alley, or if he maybe dropped something in the alley.
He doesn't. Let's go here. Wits investigation plus your auspex. That's gonna be click investigation, add auspex, and add wits.
Man, I chose an awful shirt. Oh my god. Hey, dog.
Seems like you don't really that this is not going so well for you. 0. Possible bestial failure.
Ouch.
We're gonna give you a compulsion, aren't we? Harm compulsion. You want to punch someone. Is that the end of your pursuit here?
Can I re-roll on bestial? Can I re-roll on bestial failures, or is that?
You can reroll the 3 black dice with your willpower, absolutely.
I'll do that.
Try and get an idea of what you want to punch.
What do I want to punch?
It's better.
2 successes. Yeah, but it's not good enough to actually find the things we're looking for, so you still want to punch something. I don't think you're gonna forget his face, though. Some kind of elderly gentleman. He moved with quite a bit of vigor for his age. Definitely. I think we're gonna let Charlie stew on that one a little while. Because across town, up in the skyscrapers of Chicago, there's gonna be a board meeting, and Ivy is there.
Oh, I am? Okay,
Yeah. The board meeting of Clan Ventrue. It's the monthly clan meeting, of
Who
course. The
controls the
entire board
British
is here.
crown?
What was that?
Down, we do.
Huh?
We do.
Da-dee-dee-doo.
I'm not sure if I've said this yet, but your character, Ivy, or Jen, looks like they're about to say, Mr. Freeman.
Yeah, I think that came up.
Okay. Good.
Sorry,
because
I entered you by singing the Stonecutters song.
The monthly meeting, of course, and you know the ranks by now of the clan. Aaron, Cassadors, Aedealus, and the Garusia.
Yeah.
And the typical statements here of the clan is the prince, who is the chair, presents the situation, the agenda, and then you speak to the agenda going from the person who is lowest ranked to highest ranked, which means that Ivy will start. But before we do that, of course, Lodin will open the meeting, as it were. Before the meeting, I don't know if there's anybody Ivy wants to socialize with. All of the Ventrue
My
are there.
sire, obviously.
Ah, yes. That could be a good idea. Yes, Mr. Sovereign is very happy to socialize with you in any way, shape, or form. He's a very business-focused person, so he's gonna ask you about business things. It's always being, you're back in school again, and he's testing you on what you've done, and if you've done anything good for the clan. Yeah, that's how he will roll with it.
I guess I'm explaining how I'm bankrolling or assisting to bankroll this thing this robbery where we might get some information on somebody, be able to exploit it to get some more business.
He nods a little bit. Why don't you roll, Ivy? We need... Is it gonna be...
Charisma finance?
No, I think it's gonna be more manipulation. I don't know.
Manipulation.
What is a good... Because we're doing a heist, which is almost like a leadership thing, but you're not trying to leadership him. Is it investigation? No. Politics? This is hard.
Maybe persuasion, because I'm trying to tell him. I'm trying to convince him it's a good idea.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
So that's going to be
Jesus.
3 successes against his, if we're taking half, against his wits and insight. You know what? Yeah, it's going to work fine, I think. He's
Okay, great.
Yeah, he's going to be nodding. He's nodding his approval, which is very typical for him. Obviously, he needs you to do well, because if you do poorly, it reflects poorly on him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also want to try to sow my story about my side of the story of how Schumpeter ended up in torpor.
That may not be public knowledge.
That is
Even
not
amongst the
public
board.
knowledge at all, no. Logan
He's
kept a
here.
lid on it.
Is he
Yeah,
here?
like-
Is he in this
Schumpeter-
room right now, Schumpeter?
Yeah,
Right
Schumpeter
next
is
to
here,
you.
but
He's
he's not
next
going to
to you.
share the story either. He's going to keep very quiet about his human.
If Loden, do I know the agenda? Would Loden have released that to us before we even came?
Nope.
Okay. I
Yeah.
guess I don't say anything to him. So
Yeah, this is between you, Schumpeter, and God.
Yeah,
that's Loden, as far as I'm concerned.
exactly.
Same thing.
Schumpeter, his view of you. Let's see. I don't know that he even cares to hide it. To be honest, everybody's doing a manipulation here, right?
Yeah.
Let's see how good he is at hiding his attitudes right this instant. Okay, pretty good. Okay, poker face going there. If you want to see through his poker face, he doesn't even acknowledge your existence at this particular moment, which is not unusual for him. But if
Okay,
you
I'll
wanna-
try to see through his soak face because I actually bought some insight last week,
Yeah,
so
you
I
can
may as
try.
well use it.
Wits and insight. You will need to have.
Oh, well, wait, why isn't it? I thought I mustn't have clicked it.
Oh, did you buy? Did we not?
I bought a point of insight, I thought, last week. I told you that.
Nope.
But maybe
There
I
we go.
didn't.
Done.
Okay. Who controls the British crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do. We do. Who holds back the electric?
Yeah, no, not today.
Okay.
Was there anyone else you wanted to have a chat with before the meeting
Okay,
starts?
I'm going to talk, just because Ivy is nothing if not stereotypical, I'll talk to... Oh, damn it. I had this written now. Where is... Lorraine.
Oh. Yeah, she's there too, just looking, unlike the others who are talking to each other with very low voices before the meeting starts, no doubt doing some final positioning and whatnot. She's just standing by the window and looking out over the city, and as you're coming to her, she's gonna turn and say, "Hi. Isn't it pretty with all the lights out there?"
I haven't noticed, to be honest.
She seems...
This city
Yeah,
has
go-
its pretty moments, though.
Yeah, it's like walking on fireflies almost, she says.
What is blood yapping about?
It is very much a
Uh,
mood
it is
to turn up high
Ivy,
to
is
this sort of
she-
meeting.
Is she high, Ivy? Like,
That's what I'm thinking. Like, how can... What would I roll to assess if she looks high?
Insight larceny?
insight... No, not larceny. That would be...
Wits, yeah. Insight wits.
Yeah, wits, I think. Or
Again,
medicine wits. That works too.
Oh, he doesn't have any medicine.
Impressive. Turning up high to a meeting like this where everyone has incredible insight, you're guaranteed to be caught.
Yeah, going
except
to the same room as Loden High is inconceivable to me.
Oh yeah, me too. And she's his favorite, I think, according to my possible bestial failure, maybe.
What the fuck?
I'm rolling 3 dice. It's bound to go wrong sometimes.
Do you want to spend a willpower point to re-roll?
Yes.
Cackle.
My fucking god.
Yes.
Yeah, if you do that, you right-click on the chat message where it says IV Insight plus Wits, and then you click Willpower Reroll, and then you click the black die that doesn't have a result.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can do this.
Just a warning, you may want to keep some of your willpower for the meeting.
Oh yeah,
You
but
may need it.
I don't want to start the meeting with a beastly compulsion to, I don't know, whatever.
Oh, look at you go. Yeah, she seems to be high.
Oh, Christ. I'll say it isn't the best idea to turn up here intoxicated.
She's just gonna look at you and, don't you tell me what you do.
I
You're not
I
my
wouldn't dream of
father.
it. I'm just giving you some friendly advice.
Yeah? And my friendly advice is, you're my younger brother. Mind your own business? She's a bit snappy about it too, and she's trying to ordering you around here. And that's just a single success, so I don't think she's gonna succeed.
Okay. If you're my older sister, I'll tell you the same thing I told her. Cop the fuck on, or make sure you're disinherited.
Holy shit. You trying to get killed?
Bro, what the fuck?
Just remember, everyone in this room probably can hear you.
You're mean.
You know what? I like this guy.
You're
Oh
so
my god,
mean.
I don't know who's more stupid, you or Lorraine. What the hell?
She's just looking at you like...
Lorraine's got the ear of Loden. Lorraine is fine.
She's like, you are so mean. I bet, like, you know,
My actual sister said that to me too.
Your shoelaces look like butterflies that are gonna fly off any moment.
I'm sure they do. How about... I know.
Yeah, and I hope
Look.
you got that new character ready, just in case.
Yeah, he's going to be a gangrel from the Arctic.
The opposite.
Look, Lorraine, maybe we started on the wrong foot. How about... Are you free in a few days? Maybe we'll meet up and have a conversation in the...
Factory?
Sorry, isn't that a pub? Isn't that a club? Sorry, isn't that the club we were at that's run by Ventrue? Or no, it's called the Labyrinth, isn't it? Sorry?
No, the Succubus Club, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I can go to the Succubus Club. It's a nice place to be. Yeah, I go there often. Okay, I guess I can meet you there. But
Okay, great.
I've been there before you, so I get to show you around.
Of course you get to show me around.
I know the best places, she says.
Of course you do.
Oh, look, Dad is on the way. And Loden is entering.
For a moment, I thought you were asking to meet at the back of a factory to fight it out.
Same, yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
No, I was thinking of... I think there's this big club in the Manchester scene that was called The Factory. I think I was thinking of that.
Oh,
But whatever.
anyway. The Succubus Club is the club to be in Chicago. There are other clubs like the Blue Velvet, the Cave. There are some other places too. But yeah, the Succubus Club is the big one. Everybody simmers down immediately when Loden comes in, of course, because it's Loden. And everybody takes their seats. And I guess it's going to be pleasing to you that you're sitting right opposite from Lorraine, in a way.
Yeah, maybe.
Not so pleasing that you're sitting right next to Schumpeter.
Yeah, I'm giving him the side eye.
I bet you do. Yeah. There's
You
just
ask him to get you a coffee.
No.
There is
That would-
just absolute. There's no emotions in his eyes. Looking into his eyes is like looking into the eyes of a shark. There's just no empathy there.
Oh, good. Maybe I can get it. Maybe I can use that.
Maybe, maybe not. Everybody's simmering down and being quiet, and Prince Lodin will speak. We will dispense with pleasantries. There is much to discuss. The last month has been pleasing to me. The Anarchs grow bold. The incident in Pilsen was a disgrace. I will hear why they still walk the night. The Logan Square affair nearly burned the masquerade to the ground, and yet here we sit. He looks towards Neely. Mr. Neely, please update this board. Explain why I have to speak of Anarchs and masquerade situations. Then we will hear the excuses and suggestions for how to address these problems from everyone. Says Mr. Neely. He's gonna stand up, of course. He is the seneschal and high-ranking Ventrue. Prince Lodin, esteemed members of Clan Ventrue, as we convene tonight, the city is unstable. We face several critical issues that threaten our dominion. The Anarch remain active despite our efforts. Our intelligence indicates that Juggler's faction suffered significant setbacks in Pilsen, yet they persist. Critias and his allies continue to spread their ideology. I have information, and he's pausing here briefly, looking towards Mr. Thornhill, that the Succubus Club has become a nexus for their gatherings. We trust it will remain neutral ground, because it would not be to our advantage to have that club become an Anarch recruitment center. Some sources would suggest that young Damien, who we're not sure if he is a follower of Juggler, or if he is rising as a star of some other group. Word has it that he's part of both Juggler's retinue and the group known as the Nihilists. He might become a future star of the movement. The events in Logan Square were bad. Multiple witnesses reported superhuman violence, a direct threat to the masquerade. My office, together with Mr. Peterson, contained the worst of the exposure. However, one Scotty Cartwright, a journalist from rag known as Tell It All, continues investigating this matter, and if left unchecked, he may uncover more than we would like. We do not want witch hunters in this city, after all. And then he turns to Mr. Ballard and Mr. Capone. While we should be united against external threats, instead, there are some tensions among us. Mr. Ballard, Mr. Capone, with all due respect for your seniority, it seems like it would be an improvement on the situation if your activities could be coordinated in a stronger fashion. The Anarchs watch for any signs of weakness, after all. But our hold over the mortal world remains our most valuable weapon. Our hold over the media, Peterson looks very pleased. The law, Lawrence Ballard looks pleased. And the streets, Jackson looks very happy. And we control Chicago for another century. To that end, Mr. Peterson has been tasked with containing the media fallout from recent events. Mr. Sovereign has proposed some financial measures to strangle our enemies and their flow of financing. And Mr. Jackson and Mr. Luck have ensured that their territories will remain loyal. And those two will look very pleased too, of course. Now we must stand united if we are to succeed. Fragmentation only emboldens our enemy. That is the state of our city, Prince Lodin. The Anarchs persist, but they are vulnerable. The masquerade was tested, but it holds. Our influence remains, but it's not unchallenged. He bows slightly and takes his seat. Lodin sits back in his chair, steeples his fingers, And we have heard the facts. Now we will hear thoughts. The floor is open. Reverse order as always. Mr. Davenport, if you have anything of value to say, please speak now.
I think we should do a two-pronged approach. First off, we should approach the lower-ranking Anarchs with offers of small concessions and minor gifts that would sway that blood now is worth promises, is more than vague promises in the future. And secondly, we should find some way to divide the Anarch leadership against itself, because the best way to destroy your enemy is for it to destroy itself.
What are we rolling to impress people here?
I don't know.
It's gonna be wits and subterfuge for once, because you're thinking on
Wit-
your feet. And you're speaking to a whole group of people around you, aren't you?
Yeah. So wits and subterfuge. Okay, that's
You're gonna have three successes if you take half, which isn't bad.
which isn't bad. And do you know what? I'll go for the roll and blood surge and see what happens.
Alright.
Release the beast.
Yeah, maybe next week I come here and I'm the gangrel from the Arctic.
We'll find out, won't we?
So
Ivy was
what's the
thinking
wits
something.
and what? Sorry?
Subterfuge, yeah. We're making
Wits and
schemy
what?
plans. Wits and subterfuge.
Wits and subterfuge.
Yeah.
Okay. Now blood surge. And let's go. Ooh! 5 successes.
Oh, do you want to try and re-roll it? See if you can get those other two and just completely nail it.
Yeah, do it.
Let's not test the dice demons.
Test him. Grab him by the balls. Tickle him.
How could this couldn't really go wrong though, could it? If as long as you just roll the blacks.
Yeah, no, it can only get better. It can't get worse.
Okay, what about the tans? I'm sorry, that was a bad joke.
Did I spend a willpower just to roll those 2 blacks?
That might have been my worst joke.
Do you know what? Why not? Let's do it.
This is your chance to shine. You have to impress the elders of your clan, and that is very impressive so far.
Oh.
7 successes.
Groovy.
Okay, I know which elder is not gonna like this. But is he gonna be good enough to be able to say no to this idea?
Mikhail roll, Mikhail roll, Mikhail roll.
I roll. As you speak, you will hear a little bit of a grunt further back from Ballard. Huh? Giving them gifts? They just all they deserve is being staked to the sun. But dividing and conquering is not a bad idea, I'll give you that much. And then he just sinks back into his chair. Apparently, you managed to even impress Ballard. How about that, Ivy?
Yay!
Yeah, nobody else is speaking.
I am not getting thrown out the window. That is a step in the right direction.
Indeed. Divide and conquer, says Lodin. A strategy as old as time itself. He looks pleased to you. Ms. Matthews. That's Lorraine. My prince, respected elders, the world in polite society is in some unrest. Maybe we should demonstrate our resolve to remind the city who holds dominion. Nobody's speaking out against this, but Loden will be speaking out for it. Miss Matthews, your delicate suggestions are as ornamental as your presence here. Watch and learn, Miss Matthews. Mr. Schumpeter.
Ooh, that was rough.
Schumpeter has the chance to say something. What will he say? Will it be anything nice?
Probably not.
My prince, the stock exchange, in the current economic climate, it is not very stable. And if there is more unrest, investors will panic. Perhaps Mr. Capone's men could pacify critical areas to restore confidence? And of course, you will hear the scoff from Ballard yet again, further up the table.
Can I attack this idea too?
I guess you can.
What would I need to roll to not be impressed?
Let's see if Schumpeter can be impressive to begin with. He will
I
roll.
really, Mikhail, I feel like I really like Ballard because he's just such a hater.
Generational hater.
Yeah, he really is.
Here we go. Charisma Finance is what I'm rolling for Jacob Schumpeter here. And you know what? Let's do a blood surge because he is...
A lot of hunger dice.
He has 4 successes at this point. Who can beat that? Ivy?
What would I need to roll to beat it?
I think this is a finance charisma roll.
Okay. And does my specialty help in finance?
What is your specialty again?
Trends.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And I'm going to blood surge just too, because I hate this guy and I want to embarrass him.
Everybody's gonna blood surge him.
When we're in stuff like this, the sort of downtime sort of stuff, when the weeks are passing, it's a better deal to blood surge because we always assume we can just feed during the off time.
And these moments are the dramatic moments. It's not when you're waking up and doing. These are the dramatic moments during your day.
Oh, only 3 successes. I'll re-roll.
More willpower, huh?
Yeah. Do you know what? Because it's there for something.
It is there for something.
That
4
was
successes.
4 successes. Ballard has 5. So
Okay.
even as you're starting with, and as an Aaron, you get like first dibs to comment. What are you saying about the trans? Something, obviously. We are not very good stockbrokers around here, are we?
Okay, this is what I'm saying. Look, the war is just ending. The economy is about to turn around. We don't need to be worrying about the stock market too much at this time because we're about to get a bounce up. Now, obviously, people will be annoyed at the last year, the bad economy last year, and I'd predict that Bush gets his ass, but the economy is going to be back up by September.
And Mr. Ballard will actually come to your defense. Here, he says, slamming down a huge fist on the table. Yes, I can see why Sovereign brought you into the night. Excellent. Mr. Schumpeter, you confuse economic theory with practical power. Control the market or keep silent. And you can see that Schumpeter is just, that lost him a willpower point, definitely. And he's just apoplectic. And, that's a moment when he has to control his, because he was just publicly humiliated, wasn't he?
He is bugging out right now.
His beast! What is his... Mikhail, what's his humanity? Please tell me it's 1.
He doesn't have a whole lot of that, no. Okay. Willpower reroll. This goes terribly for him. Yeah, Sean
that's-
Peter is gonna shame himself completely by trying to lunge at you, Ivy, at this table.
I don't even defend myself. I just stand there going, "You are so getting thrown out the window."
He's not gonna go out the window, but a whole bunch of Ventrue will definitely consider that he has no dignity left right now, and stake him very promptly. We're not even gonna go into any combat here. He's just staked again promptly, and Loden is gonna deal with him later on. This man can't control his temper properly, and he needs to really be taught a proper lesson in Ventrue-dom. Dignity,
really
always
can.
dignity and self-control, and that was just beyond the pale.
Literally every time he's gotten his ass beat was basically entirely his fault.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we're gonna see a shuffling of status here among the Ventrue, with it looking like that next time.
Oh,
That vampire bingo we've got going definitely has to have Schumpeter goes into torpor on it.
Yeah.
that's an A1 idea. Because it's happened 2 sessions in a row. Can we go for 3? Maybe. We'll see.
Another one would be Sean Peter goes into a rage ineffectively. Accomplishes nothing.
Yeah. But the hierarchy is not done yet, is it? It is time for Mr. Peterson to speak. He looks confident enough. I don't know if you've seen Peterson very often before. He doesn't care too much about grooming, that's for sure. This man, he is middle-aged with a pucked face and greasy brown hair. Probably in his 30s somewhere. And, yeah, the Logan Square incident nearly cost us the masquerade, but my team contained it, mostly. Now, I heard, Mr. Neely here mentioned Mr. Cartwright. Let's just say if I had a bit more latitude, we could deal with a permanent solution to that problem. Mr. Capone is gonna grin a little bit here. Mr. Peterson, you don't need latitude, you need competence. If I ran the media, Mr. Cartwright would have vanished already. Loden will retort on that. Mr. Capone, the next interruption earns you a reminder of who sired you. Mr. Peterson, handle it. 1 week, no failures. Mr. Jackson, please. Mr. Jackson has a lot of gold on him. Very much in style. Hairstyle is the latest. And yeah, he has all the bling. All the most fashionable bling, definitely. Cabrini Green remains peaceful. But the Anarchs know better than to stir trouble where I hold sway. But they're gathering elsewhere. If you'll allow, I'll see to it that they stay busy. Ah, says the prince. There was Jackson. There we go. And yeah, the prince will look at him. Mr. Jackson, always ready to speak of the streets. Stick to what you know, and your turn is done. Mr. Who's next? Thornhill. Please. Thornhill, of course, being always super suave. My prince, the Succubus Club remains the city's heartbeat. Mr. Cretius has been heard whispering around young Damien as a new symbol maybe for Anarch unity. Perhaps we let the story unfold. Knowledge is power, and whoever comes into my club is welcome, and I will potentially be able to hear everything they say. Ballard is not going to be very pleased with this. Mr. Thornhill, neutrality sounds convenient for cowards. The clan requires action. The Succubus Club is neutral because I say it is. Mr. Thornhill, keep watching. Mr. Luck. Here's another fella you probably haven't met very often.
Okay.
Mr. Chuck Luck.
Oh, what about Bobby?
Oh, Bobby Weatherbottom, you're absolutely right.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
did we miss it?
Yeah, I think we missed one.
Oh, alright.
Yep, Bobby first.
Then it'd be Sovereign, then Chuck Luck.
There we go.
That's how we're doing
Mr.
it.
Weatherbottom. Yeah, he adjusts his glasses a little bit. Prince Loden, esteemed elders, I've intercepted some data on you can send messages from computer to computer, and Anarchs are using these networks. It's like a bulletin board, but electronic. Maybe I could monitor them?
All right, considering how this guy is talking, I like to think that him, Loden, accidentally forgetting that guy, it's canonical.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
What about instead of just monitoring them, you adjust some messages strategically, like put in insults that weren't there or things of that nature? Would that be possible?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Won't they know I'm watching then, though?
Not if you are subtle enough.
This other fellow, Mr. Gone, will be like, Mr. Weatherbottom, we speak of power, not toys. Mr. Gone, toys become tools in time. Mr. Weatherbottom, you will report to Mr. Neely immediately if this digital tool proves useless. Your voice at the table might not be as useful as it is.
I'm surprised this guy is so high up as he is.
Mr. Luck. Chuck Luck is... Oh, did I describe Bobby Weatherbottom to you?
Yeah, we can see his picture. He's like the nerdy dude.
Yeah, he's the nerdy dude. He's very
Yeah,
tall and
who does
skinny
not belong.
and has stringy, dirty blonde hair. He definitely does not care about his hair at all. When was the last time he washed it?
Yeah, what is blood here? What he does not belong here.
Chuck Luck, though, he's not very tall. He's very slim. He has long black hair, very wiry, and wears a surprisingly cheap business suit, actually.
Huh?
My holdings remain untouched. Should the Anarchs attempt entry, they will not leave. I have my holdings under control, and he will look around to others. Maybe there's a glance towards Mr. Capone and Mr. Gone. But I think Capone will be wary, Mr. Luck. My operations keep your streets in order. Enough. Mr. Luck manages his domains with results. Learn from him. Mr. Sovereign. Ah, yes. If the Anarchs lose funding, and he's now smiling with a cold smile, they lose power. We should seize financial assets linked to these agitators. I have some lists. I would much appreciate if others in the clan could complete these lists so I can target my transactions more precisely. Very well, says Lodin. Proceed, Mr. Sovereign, quietly. Mr. Gone. Where did he go? There he is.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He died.
He died.
Again.
Prince Lodin, as much as I appreciate Mr. Capone's work, I know that there are some around this table who forget that Anarchs only understand fear. Give me permission to remind them. Neely doesn't look comfortable at all at this. Blatant violence invites mortal eyes, Mr. Gone. Your ambition outpaces your judgment, I think. Well said, Mr. Neely. Mr. Gone learns subtlety. Mr. Ballard the Younger. There's 2 Ballards around this table, folks.
What's the other one?
That's
Lawrence Ballard.
Lawrence. Okay.
My hold of the courts, I can ensure convictions for anyone who enters the docks. If you can arrest maybe the mortal followers of the Anarchs, I can make sure that they will stand a long time behind bars. The mortals can serve as our sword. Oh, sneers the Elder Ballard, the big one.
Big Ballard and Small
Yeah.
Ballard. Got it.
When did Mr. Ballard become such a technician? Perhaps Mr. Ballard sees what Mr. Ballard cannot. Proceed with Mr. Neely's oversight. Mr. Neely? Prince Lodin, the solution is twofold. Isolate the Anarchs, I suggest, through mortal law, as suggested by Mr. Ballard, and he points to Lawrence Ballard the Younger, while keeping City Hall firmly in our hands, of course, under my own supervision. The media, courts, and police must act in unison. I can oversee coordination, and he's now pointing towards the younger Ballard, who has the courts, and Prince Lodin himself, who has the police department. Lodin. Competence. Refreshing. The clan's will shall be executed. Discreetly. Mr. Capone. Now we're talking to the really old senior members of the clan. He's leaning forward. Anarchs hate the Camarilla, but they need structure. Deals can be made. Enemies can become tools. Much Mr. Davenport said. Crush him too hard, we breed martyrs. Let me handle them, quietly. Traitor, says Ballard, the older Ballard. What is this you speak of deals? You would bargain with rebels? Lodin is looking at both of them. Mr. Capone understands war. Continue carefully. Mr. Davenport has a point about dividing and conquering. Mr. Ballard. He has a barely restrained fury right now. Enough whispers. We should crush the Anarchs, burn their havens, seize their projects. Show the city that this clan rules with strength. We need both a carrot and a stick. Mr. Ballard, you will continue pursuing them with your lieutenant, the sheriff, and root them out from whatever holes they might be hiding in at night, discreetly observing the masquerade. Mr. Capone, you will certainly pursue possible deal makings. Mr. Neely, oversee consolidations of mortal assets. Mr. Capone, I will return to you. You will bring me results, not excuses. And Mr. Ballard, just because I give you my leave to pursue their havens at night does not mean that you should not restrain yourself. We do not want any more testing of the masquerade. He stands up. Everybody kind of freezes. And he glares at everyone. And find me juggler. And the meeting is adjourned. And he just leaves. And that's basically it. How did that feel, Ivy?
It's scary towards the end there. I was honestly going, oh god.
I love just these fucking assholes. They're all great.
This is the Ventrue board. They control the city. And there's a lot of them, as you might have noticed. What is it, like?
Yeah.
Almost like a dozen?
Yeah, they're all like from this
Like that- Now that you say it is a ridiculously large amount of Ventrue in one spot. Yeah.
More than a dozen, in fact.
Oy.
And with that, my friends, I feel that we have met the end point of this particular week of the downtime. In a week, we reconvene, and a lot of horrible other things will surely happen. Yeah, tune in then to more shenanigans. We've now seen a Tremere clan meeting, a Ventrue clan meeting, a Malkavian clan meeting. No Brujah clan meeting yet, because someone isn't going to them, apparently. For some strange reason. I don't know why. And of course, Katif don't even have clan meetings. There we are.
Most of them don't even have homes.
Exactly. We will meet you again in a week, dear audience, as night falls over Chicago once more.
Alright. Bye.